Hi, welcome to Tuesday night, and I've been sharing over the past few weeks a yin shape that I have done in the Mind and Body Studio sequence just before doing this. And so tonight I'm sharing with you puppy pose. So we're moving into our winter, and with Yin Yoga we focus on our bladder and kidney meridians, which are our water channels of our body. And you know, those look at releasing sadness and fear around change. But it's also a great time. Hey Kate, it's a great time. Winter, moving into the winter season, is about resting, rejuvenating, restoring our bodies. So actually Yin Yoga is actually one of the most perfect forms of movement at this time of the year, because our body wants to conserve and rejuvenate itself. And you know, sweating, like types of exercise that allow us to sweat, are not ideal, because our water meridians, so our bladder and our kidneys, want to conserve the water. They don't want to be releasing it as sweat. So things like this, yin, or walking is another one. Also, we're more inclined to do like our creative things like cooking and sewing and reading and writing, because of just that time to go within. So I'm going to do puppy pose for you, and it's a great one to release your spine. Also, it does also work on your lung meridian, because we're going to thread our arm under as well. So if you have your toes together, you can either have your toes together or apart, your knees out, and then you're going to take your right, I've got my right arm, I'm going to take my head onto my blanket and just have your other arm out in front and relaxing down. And just taking your breath, sending it down towards your hips to have your hips just relax into the shape. And taking 3 more breaths in the shape. And coming up for your recoil. And so we recoil so that we allow that meridian line to actually release any of the blockages there might be. So a great one in between puppy pose is your child's pose. So placing your head down, your arms by your side, bringing your knees tucked in together, and just relaxing down into that beautiful pose or shape that's so familiar, that fetal position. And taking 3 more breaths in your child's pose. And we'll move into your puppy pose on your opposite side. So I'm just going to face the other way so you can see. So taking your arm out in front, tucking your left arm this time underneath, your toes touching, your knees out to the side. And just relaxing that shoulder blade down onto the ground, or your shoulder, sending the breath down to your hips. Just allowing your eyes to soften, your face to soften. and just tuning in to your body and how it's feeling right now. And taking 3 more breaths in the shape. And then you can make your way down into your child's pose again for your last final recoil. And allowing those meridian lines to open up and release both the bladder and the kidneys, freeing up the water channels. And another beautiful thing is to put a blanket across the back of you when you're in those shapes, just to keep those areas, both of those organs warm. Our kidneys and our bladder really need lots of looking after in winter. You know, even taking a scarf and wrapping it around, or something underneath your clothes when you're outside on a really wintry, especially windy day, just to protect those 2 areas. So thank you for joining me. I'm